Hey everybody, it's Scott and Rita. When I say everybody, we're talking about spirits and everyone else there too who wants to watch us or doesn't watch us, want to watch us but stumbles upon us. And this would be a great one for you, huh? This is number 49. And Rita, we're going to do what I've wanted to do called Dangerous Coffee Cosmic Dialog. So,
Nice.
what do you think?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go take your lead. You're gonna get it going and I'll jump in.
Okay. So with Dangerous Coffee, we're kind of, I guess, just to give an introduction again, this is like the idea of like we're gonna go places that we are crazy, funny, one-upmanship is totally allowed, and a nice little way of like just imagine two Southern belles or people or anybody who's like at coffee who's just gossiping and acting kind of crazy. And I have my coffee already here in my little Christmas cup because it is Minnesota. Um, yeah, so do you want to go a year, 2 years in the future, and we're just having coffee, having a lot of fun, and just seeing how far we can go? Do you want to start, or do I want to start?
No, you go ahead.
I have to take responsibility for this, so okay. So, all right, and it's okay to be very directive and be very and to change topic and to like just be conversational and just crazy.
Okay.
So, um, so yeah, Rita, I remember it's been a couple years, and I remember how you were really just sort of stuck in that studio, and now you've just like moved on and you've moved out, and you know, I don't even know how you ever kind of like stayed in that studio. And now you're like traipsing about Santa Fe all the time, and I see you on social media and like Santa Fe blogs everywhere, and you know, and you're somehow like being caught on camera everywhere in Santa Fe, and I don't know why that is. What do you think is happening?
Oh, well, so many things going on in Santa Fe. Went down there, was invited to go down there, and it had to do with personal, had to do with love, had to do with hiking, had to do with the circles. There's a big metaphysical community in Santa Fe, so there's lots of places for the circles to have their audience expanded, and there's also a gay community in Santa Fe, and that's been just people who really use the circles effectively, don't misuse them. I have found that people have a tendency to misuse them, which I don't know. Humans are weird. Offer them a gift and they pitch it out the window. But the gay men, that community, really are open to what the circles have to say. And
Oh yeah, I just saw like a photo of you like with five other gay men at a Santa Fe party, and like four of them are wearing circle shirts with you and having such a good time. And so I thought that was incredible. The other ones were like are taking snapshots of you everywhere in Santa Fe, in social media, posting it to social media feeds, and that's how then they're tagging you. So that's how I pick you up and everything. So that's been kind of a fun little shift to watch, and you're kind of a celebrity.
yeah, the circle celebrity, and that's been perfect. It's just it's fed many things, and that has also fueled you going in various places, having an effect everywhere you go. But especially of all places, going from Minnesota to Florida, and with everything that goes on in Florida, you are just like there's a red tide. There was a red tide when you first went there, and you just going shifted your energy being in that peninsula, on that peninsula, shifted the whole politics. Now they're cleaning up the environment, the big agri toxic polluting that's causing the algae in the Gulf of Mexico. All of that shifted just because you went to Florida and spent time there. Not to mention your own personal things that have happened there.
Oh
so
my gosh.
What does that feel like, going and having an effect on an entire state?
I had no idea, and that's really humbling. I guess I can take responsibility. So yeah, it's yeah, going to Florida was really like, oh my gosh, I'd like been there for Disney World and to sing at Disney World before, but yeah, I think too maybe it was because like, you know, I was able to like pair up with someone who would allow me to sing about all sorts of stuff, and you know, and when I'm in my element and I can sing and I can create, then the outspoken Scott has come out again, and yeah, we were going to talk about you though, so no. But yeah, it's like, you know, it's like the whole bringing up the Bush versus Gore thing from long ago seems like a distant memory, fleeting, which is really interesting. So, you know,
Florida is just a perfect place to upset the establishment. And
I totally agree. It's just a total way to upset the establishment. They have some really cool places down there that like need to be like blossomed, that I'm really trying to see blossom. The whole the arts and medicine program at one of the colleges is just incredible, and I'm really just dying to get in there and infiltrate that. So it still hasn't happened, but we'll see. Just because like they need to like see my crazy ideas, and the way that they do things, I think is wonderful. And so I'd love to inject some of Scott's crazy fixer energy into some of these things, because, you know, music faculty, music people sometimes, and I believe that we all as musicians need a therapist. And so I'm trying to like, I think that instead of a therapist, they probably need a fixer. Otherwise they'd spend too much money being therapized and for the rest of their life. So I kind of like, yeah, that energy of, we can make this easier, we can make this hard. So it's like I'll probably knock on their door enough that they'll have to hire me.
You going to Florida made me get out this business card that I met this gay couple in a tiny little airport on a tiny little island in the Bahamas. And I told
Scandal.
Yeah. And I told them I'm an artist. This was before I was putting the circles out there, and before we were doing the fixer stuff, when I met them. And I said, I'm an artist. And he's, go thee to the Florida Keys, he said. And so, and he gave me his card. So we have met up with them. And that was just like, that opened up that they understand that. This experience of being a gay man, especially in Florida, holy moly, they understand that we can do this easy or we can do this hard.
Yeah, so I'm so glad that like sometimes that you kindly bring your really hot boyfriend with you, and that he's really comfortable with that, and that they're all very envious and jealous, and they drag him around everywhere too with you, and then you just have a good time. So it's really fun to play with that. So very secure, good looking boyfriend that you have. And he shows up sometimes, and they all just have a hoot, and everyone has a great time. So
It's
So
good for everybody's egos.
good for everybody's egos, and it's just
Well as the pampered pets.
it's great. And so yeah, so the Keys and like everywhere, it's been really great for you to like come down and like meet some of the folks that I know, and it's been great to see how you've thrived in Florida and how Santa Fe is like your social media debut. And you even like posed once for me in like antler pigtails, which was hilarious. And your Ellen of the Ways is now pointing pathways, even like in fun little places that the medical physical community sometimes can be so serious and so whatever and so in scarcity. And it's just, you're also showing people that we don't have to be scarce, we don't have to be so serious, and we can like make such connection.
If I may say, and so much bullshit.
Yeah,
we cut through all of that.
yeah, it's not worth it. Who wants that?
No.
It's heavy, too heavy. And the life is here to be lived. And we let people take, it's so great. Like, I think there was a connection we made, and we like totally said something when you were down there. We let people be responsible for their heaviness, and we just enjoy the party. And sometimes enjoying the party means you gotta like have a good cry, get that move through you, and then start enjoying the party.
Right. Because it's so much more enjoyable when you're not holding something in. It frees everything. And it's weird. It's like people are like coming to us, almost not even knowing it, but just begging to be seen. Just see me. And not like it's a scary thing. No, don't see me, but really, will you please? And it's such a weird thing that we do to ourselves. And so everybody who comes in our vicinity, it's finally getting just known. Okay, all right. They're going to see me. All right. I'm going to do this. So, and that's where it comes in with we can do this easier, we can do this hard. It's once your real soul self is seen, it's going to be out there. And your choice at that moment is, do I try to close it back up? And then the universe has seen it, so it's going to insist on being broken open again. Or do I just, okay, let's ease our way through what needs to happen for me to grow.
Yeah. And like a lot of like times when you're down here too, and we talk to the men and the gay men and all sorts of other people, it's like we're also like for me, like I remember like just really sharing my whole monster truck story of like, see me, don't see me, whatever, but like eventually you just gotta like let your heart be open and let the monster truck roll right over it, and you say, give me some more. That kind of, and then there's that energy that we've kind of like had that infection now of the Scott and Rita monster truck is gonna come over here and like just burn rubber over my heart, and I'm gonna be exposed, and then I'm gonna ask for more. That energy's been kind of fun for me to like, well, and like, so I think I had to live it first, and whoa, I kind of have been living it, which I'm grateful for. It's just but just, we had to live that first and just show people that energy exists.
Right. And that you can survive through it.
And it's not just surviving, it's like fun.
Yeah.
Once you let go, it's like putting your hands up on the roller coaster and you're like, I have nothing to really fear, but actually we can play with that, and we can be playful with that energy of that. Oh my gosh. And that's just life. This is what people want to live for. We want to be alive when we're living. So
it's either you see the monster truck coming, you can try to run, but it's going to get you, or you can you can try to stop it, but it's just gonna smack right into you. Or you can, here it comes. You just lay down, and then it goes over you, and because the wheels are so big, you're fine. But you lived through that scary thing, and you had to feel everything that happened as that monster truck was going over you. And that's just wisdom, just lie down.
And then you're like, oh my gosh, there comes that monster truck. Oh, and you get that anticipatory feeling. You're like, okay, let's see if it happens again.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh, let's go to the monster truck show. It's like that. It's like, this, that's the energy that could happen for people. And we're so lucky to have met folks who actually embrace that. And yeah, I think, like you said, like a lot of folks in the gay community have like, they realize that because they're also like, we play on the edges,
Yeah.
And that's a gift. I think if we like can like see that gift of like, well, yeah, we play on the edges of stuff, but look at what can be made from that. And so we just want to bring that to everybody. Well, those who are ready.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, either way, sorry, but you're giving permission, whether you come along agreeably and willingly, or if you resist it and reject it. Either way, that's permission for the universe to do its work. And it has nothing to do with us other than we had the
Audacity.
Audacity, yes. The audacity to even want to see you honestly. How dare us? And that means that we have to be willing to be seen honestly. We have to see ourselves honestly. We have to be willing to let the universe work on us all the time. Otherwise, it doesn't work.
Yeah. And like even in our like broke times and our crying times and our grief times and our resentful times and our regretful times, and it's just, if we can like peel away and just like be like who we are and share that honestly, yeah, you're gonna feel the monster truck tires burning rubber. But hey, that's much better than covering it up. And I don't know, this for me, it's like, this whole energy, throw out what you feel like you should do and just be honest. And yeah, that's probably how I've created fun relationships and have felt life again like I'd never felt it. So
yeah. Well, yeah, we both had to lie down and just get crushed a couple of times, and and that's a metaphor, but really just get willing. Like, what do you have to lose? They could reject you, but really, what are they rejecting? Possibly their own fun, their own energy. If that's what you're inviting someone to do, then yeah, just rejection is something to try out.
I love that. Yeah, I love that. Rejection is something to try out. So yeah, like a shirt. Why not?
Yeah. What do you have to lose? Not doing it, so you reject it. Or you let the other person reject it, or you never know, something might happen from it.
Yeah, and I think people are more afraid of not being rejected. Sometimes it's like, oh yeah, I've been through this rejection all the time, and like, oh my gosh, what do I do?
What if they say yes?
What if they say yes and I have to deal with that, and I feel like, oh my gosh, now the trouble begins.
Now they're going to see me.
Yes. Now I have to see me.
Oof.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oof. Well, now we're just telling you what we went through to get
Yeah, yeah, but it's been really great, and I hope you continue your social media frenzy in Santa Fe and come down to Florida some more, where I'm like infecting the cosmos in the land of the big mouse and oranges and alligators and snakes. So
Yeah.
they stay away from me. I'm part Irish Scottish, so I
Hmm.
threaten them.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so I think it's really good. So yeah, this has been our good coffee.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it
All right.
again sometime.
Yes, we will tomorrow. Okay. See ya.
Bye bye.